First Contact and Initial Invasion. Admiral Salvos stared at the holographic display of the small blue-green planet rotating slowly before him. Earth, an unremarkable world orbiting an unremarkable star in an unremarkable corner of the galaxy. Its inhabitants had yet to achieve faster-than-light travel, their technological development still in its infancy by galactic standards. And yet, reports from scout ships were concerning. "The Varaxian Empire claims this is a simple acquisition," said Commander Tellara, her 4 eyes blinking independently as she reviewed the data. "Grand Admiral Krevax believes they can subjugate the humans within days." Xelvos, a veteran of 3 interstellar conflicts and representative to the Galactic Council from the Andromeda Coalition, clicked his mandibles in what his species considered laughter. "The Varaxians are fools," he said simply. "They see primitive technology and assume primitive beings. They should study their history more carefully." The massive chamber of the Galactic Council buzzed with conversation as delegates from 17 spacefaring civilizations debated the situation. Earth was technically outside protected space, making the Varaxian invasion legal under galactic law, if ill-advised. High Chancellor Vorzak, whose crystalline body refracted light as he moved, called for order. "We have received formal notification from the Varaxian Empire of their intent to claim the Sol system and integrate its inhabited world into their territory. As Earth has no official standing in galactic affairs, we can only note this claim." "We should warn them," said Tellara, her voice carrying across the chamber. "The Varaxians don't understand what they're walking into." "That would violate our non-interference protocols," countered Delegate Rex of the Centauri Accord. "Earth must develop independently until they achieve faster-than-light capability." "They'll achieve it faster than anyone expects if the Varaxians attack," muttered Salvos. "There's nothing like an existential threat to accelerate development." In another part of the galaxy, Grand Admiral Kryvax of the Varaxian Empire stood on the bridge of the dreadnought Inevitable Victory, reviewing battle plans. The conquest of Earth would be his crowning achievement, securing his place in Varaxian history and expanding the Empire's resource base. "The fleet is assembled," Admiral reported First Officers X. 200 warships, 50,000 ground troops, and complete technological superiority. The humans will surrender within hours of our arrival." "Excellent." Kryvax's scaled face contorted into what passed for a smile among his kind. "Begin the jump sequence. I want to be in Earth orbit by their next planetary rotation." As the massive Varaxian fleet disappeared into hyperspace, automated beacons placed by the Galactic Council near Earth's solar system detected the energy signatures and transmitted warning signals across the galaxy. In the Council chamber, the alarm caused immediate silence. "It appears," said High Chancellor Vorzak gravely, "that the Varaxians have committed to their course of action. May whatever gods they worship have mercy on their souls." The first sign that something was wrong came to Dr. Elena Reyes at the Deep Space Monitoring Station in Chile. The gravimetric sensors she had designed, still experimental and not yet officially recognized by the scientific community, began registering massive disturbances at the edge of the solar system. "That can't be right," she muttered, adjusting calibrations and running diagnostics. The equipment was functioning perfectly, which meant something massive, or rather, 200 massive somethings, had just arrived near Neptune's orbit. Within hours, astronomical observatories worldwide were tracking the unidentified objects moving with impossible precision toward Earth. Emergency sessions of the United Nations Security Council convened as military forces around the globe went to high alert. In the Pentagon, General Marcus Chen watched satellite footage of the approaching fleet with a mixture of dread and determination. "Ladies and gentlemen," he addressed the Joint Chiefs of Staff, "it appears we are not alone in the universe, and our new neighbors aren't coming for a friendly cup of coffee. Current estimates give us 72 hours before they reach Earth orbit," reported Air Force General Williams. "Every satellite, telescope, and sensor we have is focused on them. They're moving in perfect formation, suggesting advanced propulsion systems and military discipline." Chen nodded grimly. Implement contingency protocol Omega. I want all nuclear forces at ready status, every aircraft scrambled, and all naval vessels at battle stations. And get me the president. Around the world, similar scenes played out as humanity faced its greatest challenge. Panic gripped many, but something unexpected was happening too. A sense of unity rarely seen in human history. Ancient enemies shared intelligence, scientific rivals collaborated, and resources were pooled with unprecedented speed. The Varaxian fleet entered Earth orbit with military precision, positioning ships to cover every major population center. Grand Admiral Krivax's voice was broadcast simultaneously on all communication channels, translated into every human language by Varaxian algorithms. People of Earth, I am Grand Admiral Krivax of the Varaxian Empire. Your planet is now under our control. Surrender your governments, disarm your military forces, and prepare for integration into the Empire. Resistance will result in demonstration strikes against major cities. You have 6 Earth hours to comply. In the UN Security Council, delegates looked at each other in stunned silence before the American representative stood. The United States' response to this ultimatum is simple, she said firmly. Earth is our home. We will defend it. One by one, every nation's representative stood in agreement. For the first time in human history, Earth spoke with one voice. No. Krivax received the response with disbelief, then rage. They refuse. These primitives dare to challenge the might of the Varaxian Empire. Very well. Prepare demonstration strikes on uninhabited areas. Let them see our power before we escalate. Energy weapons more powerful than anything humans had ever witnessed struck the Sahara Desert, the Siberian tundra, and the Pacific Ocean. The displays of force were meant to terrify humanity into submission. Instead, they provided invaluable data. At NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, Dr. Amir Khan worked feverishly with a team of international scientists, analyzing readings from the alien weapons. They're using some kind of directed plasma technology, he explained to military observers. Incredibly powerful, but the energy signatures are consistent, if we can determine the frequency. General Chen didn't need to understand the science. How long until you can give us something useful, Doctor? Khan looked up, dark circles under his eyes. Days, maybe, not hours. But we're learning more with each attack. We may not have days, replied Chen, but he left the scientists to their work. If anyone could find a weakness, it would be them. The Varaxian landing crafts descended on major military installations worldwide, expecting to eliminate Earth's defensive capabilities in one coordinated strike. What they found instead was organized resistance, unlike anything they had anticipated. At Joint Base Andrews outside Washington, D.C., Colonel Sarah Mitchell watched the alien craft approach through binoculars. Hold fire until they're fully committed, she ordered over the tactical net. Let them think we're paralyzed with fear. The massive landing ships touched down on the airfield, deploying ramps as bipedal Varaxian soldiers in powered armor emerged, weapons ready. They advanced in perfect formation, clearly expecting minimal resistance from primitive humans. Now, Mitchell ordered. Camouflaged artillery positions that had been hastily established in the surrounding woods opened fire simultaneously. Conventional shells couldn't penetrate Varaxian armor, but they could create chaos and confusion. As the aliens reacted to the unexpected barrage, Mitchell's real strategy unfolded. Bravo team. Execute. A squadron of A-10 Warthogs appeared from behind cloud cover, their legendary GAU-8 Avenger cannons spinning up. The depleted uranium rounds might not destroy Varaxian armor, but test firing against captured pieces had revealed a crucial weakness. Repeated impacts on the same spot could crack the alien plating. The A-10s made precision strafing runs, focusing fire on specific Varaxian units. It wasn't elegant, but it was effective. Several alien soldiers fell, their supposedly impenetrable armor compromised. In the command ship above, Kryvax received the battle reports with growing incredulity. Impossible. Their primitive projectile weapons shouldn't be able to harm our troops. They're targeting joint sections and applying concentrated fire, reported Zex. And sir, they're adapting to our tactics with remarkable speed. Similar scenes play out across the globe. In the mountains of Switzerland, precision rockslides trapped Varaxian units in narrow valleys. In the Amazon rainforest, indigenous guides led special forces teams to ambush alien patrols. Off the coast of Japan, submarines launched modified torpedoes against Varaxian landing craft. None of these actions could win the war. Humanity was still hopelessly outmatched in terms of technology and firepower. But they bought time, and time was what humans needed most. At a secure underground facility beneath the Rocky Mountains, Dr. Elena Rice worked alongside Dr. Khan and dozens of other scientists from around the world, studying captured Varaxian technology. A breakthrough came when they managed to activate a damaged alien communication device. They're using quantum entanglement for instant communication across vast distances, Rice explained to General Chen. But here's the interesting part. The entanglement is fragile. Disrupting the quantum state even slightly causes their entire communication network to require recalibration. Can we weaponize that? Asked Chen. Rice smiled. We already have. The prototype disruptor is ready for testing. The first test of the quantum disruptor exceeded all expectations. Varaxian communications across North America went dark for 17 crucial minutes, long enough for coordinated human counterattacks against isolated alien units. On the Varaxian command ship, Grand Admiral Kryvax faced an uncomfortable reality. What should have been a simple conquest was turning into a protracted conflict against an enemy that refused to behave like any species the Varaxians had previously encountered. How are they adapting so quickly? He demanded. Their technology is centuries behind ours. Sir, First Officer Zex hesitated before continuing. Intelligence analysis suggests the humans have an unusual psychological profile. They thrive under pressure. Their historical records showed technological leaps during periods of conflict that far outpaced their normal development. You're saying we're making them stronger by attacking them. I'm saying, sir, that we may have miscalculated. As the first week of the invasion drew to a close, the Varaxians had established footholds on every continent, but controlled far less territory than planned. Human resistance was growing more organized and effective by the day, with each captured piece of alien technology quickly reverse-engineered and countermeasures developed. In the Galactic Council chamber, Admiral Salvos watched the reports with grim satisfaction. The humans are doing exactly what I predicted, he told Commander Tellara. They're unified, they're innovative under pressure, and they're utterly relentless when fighting for their survival. Should we intervene? Asked Tellara. Zalvos shook his head. That would be unnecessary and potentially counterproductive. The humans are handling this quite effectively on their own. The Varaxians started this war. Let the humans finish it. Humanity's counterattack. 3 weeks into what was supposed to be a 3-day conquest, Grand Admiral Kryvax faced the unthinkable. Failure. The Varaxian Empire had never known defeat, had never encountered a species that could withstand their military might. Yet here they were, their forces fragmented across Earth's surface, their communication systems compromised, and their technological advantages eroding daily. We need reinforcements, Kryvax admitted to his war council. The humans are not like other species we've conquered. He struggled to find the right word, adaptable. First Officer Zex reviewed the latest battle reports with growing concern. Our ground forces are reporting coordinated attacks using modified versions of our own weapons. Somehow, the humans have reverse-engineered our plasma rifles and shield generators. That's impossible, objected Fleet Commander Drez. Their technological base is too primitive. Evidently not, replied Kryvax coldly. Prepare a transmission to the Imperial Command. Request immediate deployment of the 2nd and 3rd battle fleets. At the temporary United Earth Defense Headquarters established beneath the Swiss Alps, representatives from every major nation gathered around a holographic display showing Varaxian positions worldwide. "The quantum disruptors have exceeded expectations," reported Dr. Reyes. "Their communications remain compromised, and we've managed to decrypt portions of their tactical data." General Chen nodded in approval. "And the adaptation of their technology." Dr. Khan stepped forward. "We've successfully replicated their shield generators and modified several fighter aircraft with the technology. The energy weapons are more challenging, but we're making progress. The more equipment we capture, the faster we advance." "What about their ships?" asked the Russian representative. "Our ground forces are holding their own, but we cannot strike at their orbital fleet." "That," said Chen with a thin smile, "is about to change." In hangars and underground facilities around the world, engineers and pilots worked feverishly to integrate alien technology with human aircraft. The first squadron of modified F-35s, equipped with Varaxian shield generators and rudimentary plasma weapons, was ready for deployment. Colonel Sarah Mitchell, who had distinguished herself during the initial landing battles, was selected to lead the first counterattack against the Varaxian orbital fleet. "Remember your training," she told her pilots before takeoff. "Their shields operate on rotating frequencies. Time your attacks precisely according to the algorithms Dr. Khan provided. We won't get a second chance at surprise." The modified fighter jets rocketed into the atmosphere, their human-designed engines supplemented by Varaxian propulsion technology. The alien fleet, focused on supporting their beleaguered ground forces, detected the approaching aircraft too late. "Targeting solutions locked," Mitchell announced over the tactical channel. "Fire on my mark." Mark. The squadron released specially designed missiles containing quantum disruptors. The warheads detonated near several Varaxian cruisers, temporarily disabling their shields and communications. In the crucial seconds that followed, conventional weapons struck vulnerable points on the alien vessels, causing catastrophic damage. On the bridge of the inevitable victory, alarms blared as Kryvax watched in disbelief. "How is this possible? They shouldn't have the capability to reach orbit, let alone attack our fleet." "Sir," reported a tactical officer, "they're using our own technology against us. The weapons' signatures match our designs, but modified." For the first time in his illustrious military career, Grand Admiral Kryvax felt fear. Not of defeat. The Empire could still crush this rebellion with reinforcements, but of shame. How would he explain to the Emperor that a pre-FTL civilization had not only resisted the might of the Varaxian fleet, but had adapted their technology and struck back? The space battle marked a turning point in the conflict. While humanity could not yet challenge the full might of the Varaxian fleet, they had demonstrated capabilities far beyond what the invaders had believed possible. More importantly, they had shown that Earth's orbital space was not safe for the aliens. In the following days, similar attacks targeted Varaxian ships worldwide, forcing them to remain in higher orbits where they were less effective at supporting ground operations. Meanwhile, human forces launched coordinated offensives against alien footholds, gradually pushing them back. At the Galactic Council, footage of the human counterattacks caused a sensation. Species that had dismissed Earth as just another primitive world now watched with newfound respect and, in some cases, alarm. "This changes everything," whispered Delegate Rex. "If they can adapt Varaxian technology this quickly, how long before they develop their own FTL capabilities?" Admiral Salvos nodded thoughtfully. "Sooner than anyone anticipated. The question is, what kind of galactic neighbors will they become? The Varaxians have given them every reason to be hostile toward spacefaring civilizations." Commander Tillera's 4 eyes blinked in sequence, a sign of deep thought among her species. "Perhaps we should reconsider our non-interference policy. If humanity reaches the stars with only the Varaxian invasion as their introduction to galactic society, a diplomatic mission might be warranted," agreed Salvos, "once this conflict concludes." On Earth, scientists made another breakthrough that would change the course of the war. Studying the hyperspace engines from a downed Varaxian scout ship, Dr. Khan discovered the principles behind faster-than-light travel. It's elegant in its simplicity. He explained to the United Earth Defense Council, their drive doesn't break the light-speed barrier so much as sidestep it entirely, creating a bubble of space-time that moves through the universe while the ship remains stationary relative to the bubble. Can we replicate it? Asked the Chinese representative. Not yet for actual travel, admitted Khan. But we can create a localized field that disrupts their hyperspace capabilities. They won't be able to escape Earth orbit if we deploy these disruptors in sufficient numbers. The trap was set. As Varaxian ground forces retreated to predetermined extraction points, expecting to be evacuated to their orbiting fleet, human forces activated the hyperspace disruptors. The alien ships, unable to engage their FTL drives, were suddenly trapped in Earth's solar system. Simultaneously, the next generation of human fighters, further enhanced with adapted alien technology, launched a coordinated attack against the Varaxian command ship. Leading the assault was Colonel Mitchell, her aircraft now almost unrecognizable after multiple upgrades with alien tech. All squadrons, form up, she ordered as they approached the massive inevitable victory. Remember, target the quantum communication array first, then propulsion systems. We don't need to destroy it, just cripple it enough for the boarding teams. The battle for the Varaxian flagship was fierce and costly. Many human pilots made the ultimate sacrifice, using their damaged aircraft as guided missiles against critical systems when their weapons were depleted. But their sacrifice was not in vain. With the inevitable victory disabled and its defensive systems compromised, specially trained boarding teams, equipped with adapted Varaxian armor and weapons, breached the hull and fought their way to the bridge. Grand Admiral Kryvac stood defiant as humans entered his command center, his elite guards dead around him. You fight well for primitives, he acknowledged as General Chen personally led the boarding party. But this changes nothing. The Empire will send more ships, more troops. We control thousands of worlds across a dozen star systems. Your victory today is meaningless. Chen stepped forward, removing his helmet to look the alien commander in the eyes. You still don't understand us, do you? Every day this war continues, we grow stronger. We adapt. We learn. Your technology becomes our technology. And unlike you, we don't fight alone. As if on cue, new signatures appeared on the tactical displays. Ships unlike any humans or Varaxians had seen before, emerging from hyperspace at the edge of the solar system. This is Ambassador Tellara of the Galactic Council, came a transmission on all frequencies. The Council has voted to recognize Earth as a sovereign world with protected status. Varaxian forces are ordered to withdraw immediately or face sanctions. Kryvac stared at the display in shock. The Council never interferes in conquest operations. This is unprecedented. Like I said, replied Chen with a grim smile, you picked the wrong planet to invade. The surrender of the Varaxian invasion force was formalized within hours. Under supervision from both human forces and Galactic Council observers, the aliens withdrew from Earth, leaving behind considerable technology and equipment that would accelerate human development by centuries. In the months that followed, Earth established formal diplomatic relations with the Galactic Council. The technological leap resulting from the invasion and subsequent exchange of knowledge with Council races allowed humanity to develop their first true FTL vessel within a year, a pace of advancement that astonished even their new allies. Admiral Salvos attended the launch ceremony for the Phoenix, Earth's first starship, serving as the Council's official representative. You have accomplished in 1 year what took most species centuries, he told Dr. Reyes, who had been appointed Earth's first ambassador to the Galactic Council. Some among the Council find this concerning. And you? Asked Reyes. Are you concerned about humanity's rapid advancement? Salvos clicked his mandibles in their equivalent of a chuckle. I am fascinated. Your species thrives on challenge in a way few others do. The Varaxians thought they were conquering a primitive world. Instead, they awakened a sleeping giant. As the Phoenix prepared for its maiden voyage to the Council homeworld, carrying Earth's diplomatic mission, Rise reflected on how much had changed in just 18 months. From a species confined to one planet to one taking its first steps into a vast galactic community. "We still have much to learn," she acknowledged. "As do we all," replied Salvos. "But perhaps the most important lesson has already been taught, to the Viraxians and any others who might underestimate humanity in the future." "And what lesson is that?" Salvos turned his alien eyes toward the stars. "That some plants grow stronger when you try to cut them down. That some fires burn brighter when you try to extinguish them. And that some species, rare and precious in this vast universe, find their greatest strength not in technology or numbers, but in their indomitable spirit. The Viraxians thought they were superior because of their advanced weapons. You proved that the most powerful weapon in the universe is the human mind under pressure." As the Phoenix disappeared into hyperspace, carrying humanity's representatives to take their place among the stars, the message was clear to all watching civilizations: underestimate humans at your peril. In the Galactic Council chamber, a new seat was prepared, Earth's permanent position among the spacefaring races. And in the archives of the Council, a new warning was recorded for any species contemplating aggression against the blue-green planet in the unremarkable corner of the galaxy. Earth. Approach with respect, or not at all.